We live in a time where there are a great deal of words, a great deal of rhetoric that is being used to make things look very attractive that may not be. And the phrase death with dignity comes to mind. I'm reminded of Brittany Maynard, who took her own life through physician-assisted suicide just a handful of years ago in Oregon when she was diagnosed with a fatal brain tumor. And in a letter that she wrote that was widely published for people to read, she very passionately said, "I want to die on my own terms." Now, certainly my heart broke for Brittany Maynard, as did the people around me. But there was something really dangerous in her use of those words. There is nothing dignified about death. Death is the enemy. It is a conquered enemy. And so we rejoice in that. But it is still the enemy. We were not created to die. So when we look at death with dignity, especially those who would claim that death with dignity is a fundamental right, that is a mindset or a view of the human beings that says that we are nothing more than these autonomous, individualistic, atomistic beings. The saying, "No man is his own island," this is completely contrary to that. We are our own island. We are the masters of our destiny, our own fate. But what we know from the Christian worldview is that from the very beginning, because we were created by a good and infinite and wonderful creator, we already exist with a freedom that has a limitation to it. We exist in relationship to God, first and foremost, and to the others around us. So we are not simply these autonomous individuals walking around. We were made for community with one another. There's also a mistake in thinking that for some reason, when a human being begins to lose function toward the end of life, that the person is no longer present. That is not the Christian view of humanity. That is kind of a repackaged form of Gnosticism called body-self dualism that says that your body is nothing more than a machine that serves the true self, and the true self being your feelings-based kind of psyche. So when we can do to and with our body whatever we want as long as it satisfies the true self, that would be that view. Christianity has said all along, however, that we are body and soul. And you can't ontologically separate those two things. So whatever you do to and with the body affects the entire person, and sometimes with eternal consequences. So death with dignity being a fundamental right, it doesn't work. And after all, if it were that kind of right, that would mean our government would have an obligation to promote that for all citizens. Therefore, it wouldn't just be reserved for the dying. It would be for anyone who wishes to die, which would actually be in direct conflict with the autonomy of physicians who don't wish to participate for particular reasons. So death with dignity doesn't work, and I think the most important thing to remember about that I think of is there is nothing dignified about death.